It's 97.1 Amp Radio. It's McCabe, and today, very excited to have Nelly in the studio. How are you?
Good, champ. How you?
I'm doing well. After watching Nellyville, I know you're a busy man, so I want to thank you for stopping by.
Oh, man, that's no problem.
I mean, you guys on that show, it's not just music, but it's such a family show, and you guys are funny. You're a funny dude. You come off, as a nice guy.
I'm taking it good. I'm taking it good, Nah.
Like, from this show, do you have a new set of fans that only know you from Nellyville?
Well, for a long time, you kind of kept all that separate. So the people that knew me always knew me. And you know what I'm saying? And that's why I always say, like, a lot of times I don't think, for whatever purpose, I don't think it's such a great idea to have these athletes and entertainers as role models, so to speak, because you don't know either side. You know what I'm saying? You just see as far as their success, and you just see, but you don't know really what they go through on a daily basis. And I'm always a firm believer of a role model should be someone where you can follow the role of their life, their whole entire life, someone that you can communicate with when you have questions, when you're about to, make decisions that may not be best in your interest. You can sit down and you can talk to those people. It's kind of hard to talk to us or to reach out to us to get, the type of guidance that you probably should get from a role model. I'm always like, it should be somebody in your community, maybe someone who works in your community, maybe someone at your church. Namely, should be your parents first and foremost. But, considering where we're from, that's not always the case. So neighbors are good, somebody that's, around your area. So, but again, I thought it was time. It's a new day. It's a new age. Everything's different, and everybody wants to know now what you're doing. And by every second of the day. So, I thought it was about time these kids start paying me back some of my money.
They're out earning and recording as well.
Earn, keep. Now it's time, man.
No, that's fair. And putting that out there, do you find that hard? I mean, when you are putting the personal stuff?
Well, I thought it was hard in the sense of I always wanted to have something that was just mine. You try to cipher through so much, and, you just want something to be yours. Now it's like everything has to be dissected and dictated, and your life is definitely shown in all facets now, and it's kind of unfair a little bit, but I mean, why whine about it?
And you now have these fans that have seen you on Nellyville.
Oh yeah, if we can inspire and help, that's the goal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For the guys that's getting something positive out of it, that's what we're doing it for. You know what I mean? And you have any kids?
I have no kids.
Okay,
I'd probably be a terrible.
That's okay.
Right
no, you wouldn't. You know why? Because I thought that. And I had my daughter at a young age, 19. I was just getting out of high school, and her mother was still in high school, her senior year, and I was scared man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know.
What was the first thing?
I just didn't know, What
was like the first thing you changed that maybe you didn't think you would change when you became like a father?
Well, I think just getting your mentals right. You got to get prepared because you have to put your priorities. So a lot of the things that were in front now becomes in the back, and the things that you kind of put off now becomes priority. You know what I'm saying? You just rearrange it, and just first thing you do is remember to love. Just remember to love first. You know what I'm saying? Remember, whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing it out of love first. And if you're doing it out of that, you can't go wrong, especially with kids, man. I mean, we're all going to make mistakes.
And I mean, going back to when you had your daughter and you were still pursuing music.
Right.
I mean, I was just talking with a friend the other day. We were talking about Country Grammar, just such a great album that we grew up on listening to. I mean, I can visualize driving around to Ride With Me and getting like breakfast at 2 a.m. after a house party or something. I mean, it's just those things. But for yourself, when you go back to that album 15 years ago, I mean, can you like visualize what you were doing at the time? And
yeah, just working, waiting for your opportunity, planning. It's funny, you get a lifetime to make your first album. You get a year to make your second one and your third one and everything else after that. So you put so much into that first album, everything, like you saying again, you always get the fans, make another country. That's just like me telling you to go back to high school. You can't never get that feeling. You know what I'm saying? That meant to you. Like you said, 2 in the morning, you're riding around. Like, that's what that album made you feel like. So of course, sometimes we as fans, and I do it too, you know what I'm saying? I wanted another Thriller too, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, give me another. But it's hard for him to make us feel the way we wanna feel in our lives. But those are fans, and careers are made, and hopefully you can give them new moments.
And 15 years later, now you have your daughter pursuing music.
Yeah.
What do you tell her?
My whole thing with my daughter is just making sure that this is what she wants to do. She's so talented that she can be all over the place sometimes. She can do so many different things. Does she have music capability? She's always had it. She's been singing since she could talk. She's always been around me, so she's always been singing something. And it's just me letting her come into her own to realize what it's going to take to survive in this. And if she wants to do that, then I'll help. But I can't force it. I can't force her down her throat because she won't survive in this game.
Well, she has a great mentor, you as a father and as an artist.
Thanks, man.
And now you also have your new single, The Fix, which you teamed up with DJ Mustard and Jeremiah. We got Chicago and St. Louis coming together on this one. How did this all come about?
Well, we got the idea. Mustard did the track, and they had the idea already, and it was presented to me, and I was like, yo, I thought it could be dope. You know, got on the phone with Jeremiah. We kicked it around, got in the studio and played with it, put our spin on it and some things, and we loved it. You know the thing about sometimes when you're creating is you never know the outcome. You could act like, yo, this is gonna be awesome, and it's not awesome, and then you could go in there and just be like, oh, we're just kicking around, and you create masterpieces. You know, did we love what was going on? Of course we loved it. Did we know what we had until it was finished? We didn't know. We were hoping it could lead here, but when we were done, we were so excited about the finished product and everything that you know, we feel great about it, man. And you know, Jeremiah killed it. And Mustard, he's everywhere. What is he not smashing?
I was gonna say, I mean, he's on everything right now. So.
What is he not smashing? Shout out to him because he deserves everything he's getting right now. So. And
he did the song for your show, right?
Yeah, he actually.
So I mean,
did
has this
intro.
Been something sort of a long time coming of working together?
Well, we were working. Actually, we share the same songs publishing. My man Ron Perry. And now with this new company, Records, that we're on now with Ron and Barry, it's just been a great partnership so far. You know, we're all trying to create a foundation, you know, to build and with me being their first, you know, venture and them being my first venture outside of Universal Records and me fulfilling that obligation. It's about both having an idea of where y'all want to go and what it's going to take to get there. And they've done so much, you know, for so many years, and I've been able to do so much, so it only felt right.
And with the businesses, the clothing line, TV show, and music, what is next for Nelly?
Yeah, right now we're just getting into music. You know, we've been doing a lot of television, and you know, we just got off the tour, so that was great. That was that was
TLC.
Different again. Yeah, me, TLC, and New
Kids on the Block.
And that was different because I hadn't done a tour of that consistency in a while, like 50 dates continuously, you know, say 2 months, and you know, your age catches up with you when you're performing like that. You're like, whoa, this used to be a breeze. I could do this, after party, wake up, do the mall, radio, go another show.
So I mean, was it still like that? I mean, now
it like
now
we
go to bed, sleep
we
in?
had shows, then we had after party, then we go to bed. We used to do show, do after party, then have an after party.
Right.
You know, now it's just like, no, we're gonna get rid of one of these after parties. You know, but
now does family join you on a tour like this?
Well, no, well, my boys, my nephew, which is 24, which was my sister's son, which I actually took in both her kids when she passed, my niece and my nephew, and my son who's 16. My son's in high school, 16, he plays football, and my nephew, you know, he's into music as well. He has a group called JGE, and they've been building locally and doing so much stuff, and if you follow the show, you got to look at what they've been doing. But my daughters are in college. Chanel goes to college in Chicago, and my niece just graduated last year, and she's going to TSU down in Tennessee. So
I'm busy.
I'm really excited. Yeah, man, I'm spending a lot of money on education. Somebody better come back knowing some. Yeah, you said somebody better get a hell of a SAT score.
Do you find yourself on still when you're on tour like that you have girls sneaking into the dressing room? You have, I mean, like that kind of stuff?
Well, no, we see it coming now. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much.
I feel like you're such a laid back guy now.
No, you know, I live vicariously through my nephew now. That's his age. Right. You know what I'm saying? I laugh at him. Yeah, go do it.
Cheer him
on.
No,
you got to do it. I can't. You have to do this. You know, so get her. Not for me, for you. What are you doing? So, no, it's fun to watch them walk this walk and to know that I had a hand in helping their dreams come true, man. And as a parent, what could you ask for? You know, than to help guide your kids to where they want to be in life, and to watch them fulfill it is dope.
We can see all of that on the show.
Nellyville on BET Tuesday nights. There you go.
Real quick, being from St. Louis, for those who have never been, what is like the place to eat?
Sweetie Pies is great. Shout out to Sweetie Pies. They're on the old network. I'm gonna shout them out anyway. That's not ours, but that's okay. It's the Lou. It's love. You know. And my mom's house, my granny. You know, St. Louis is one of those. You know, restaurants. We have great restaurants. Don't get it twisted. But if your family can't cook, something is wrong with you. If you don't have anybody in your your family that can throw down, man, I feel sorry for you, you know. But my aunts,
well,
cousins.
If you ever have a barbecue, I mean, I'm more than happy to bring
You
it
gotta come
over,
on down, man. Come on down.
Whatever you want.
Say no more.
What about a place to go, like in general, like a hot spot?
Several different places, man. Downtown. If you go downtown, we have a nice area downtown. It's got like a lot of club clusters. U City Loop is a lot of club clusters. Kind of reminds you, if you're like in Manhattan or more or less in the Village in New York, a lot of just different varieties of clubs and stores and markets and things of that nature. Oh man, the Pageant is one of the best performance spots. It's more like a house of blues for St. Louis, where anybody and everybody's performed there.
Right.
But it's small, so it's real dope. You know, it's a great place, man. It's a people place.
And then a spot that we wouldn't even know of.
Play some dominoes, man. At somebody's house. You can come by the studio. We play spades. Can you get
I like
that
how
crack?
nice you are, like just inviting everyone to come over.
Yo,
Eat at your grandma's and mom's.
yeah,
This is great.
You know?
Feel
My
like we're
granny gonna
family
put that
now.
ass in check if you trip, though. You know what I'm saying? She gonna say something.
Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. I
No,
know you're
anytime,
busy.
man.
Nelly, for stopping by Amp Radio and
Yeah.
The Fix.
Yeah, The
Is it
Fix out now. Shout out to the homie Jeremiah, man. Make sure y'all turn that up. Check for it on iTunes and all that. Shout out to my brother DJ Mustard. Everybody out there. Records. A little R&R. Holla at us.
97.1 Amp Radio. Nelly, thank you.